No wonder Justin Bieber became one of the biggest stars in the world. But what if I told you that fame almost destroyed him? A small-town boy with a voice that captivated millions. A dream so big it defied all odds. Yet behind the flashing lights and screaming fans, there was a darkness no one saw coming. At just 15, he had the world in the palm of his hands. Chart-topping hits, sold-out arenas, unimaginable wealth. But what happens when a teenager is given everything he ever wanted, only to realize it's not enough? This is not just another celebrity success story. This is a story of a boy who went from the top of the world to rock bottom and found his way back in the most unexpected way. Stay till the end, because this lesson might just change your perspective on success, happiness, and life itself. Stratford, Canada. A quiet town, nothing extraordinary. But in one small apartment, a single mother and her son lived paycheck to paycheck, barely getting by. Justin wasn't born into fame. He wasn't handed success. His mom, Patty, worked endless hours to provide for him, and even though they struggled financially, Justin had one thing that no one could take away from him: his music. At just 12 years old, he would perform on the streets, his small frame carrying a voice that made people stop in their tracks. His mom, recognizing his talent, recorded his performances and uploaded them to YouTube, just for family and friends to see. But fate had a different plan. One day, a talent manager named Scooter Braun randomly stumbled upon one of Justin's covers. He was mesmerized. A kid with this kind of raw talent? This was rare. He immediately called Patty, insisting that they fly to Atlanta to meet him. Patty was skeptical. This was her baby boy. How could she trust a stranger? But something inside told her to take a chance. And so, with nothing but faith in a dream, they packed their bags and headed to the unknown. Little did they know, their lives were about to change forever. The moment Justin landed in Atlanta, his life exploded. He met Usher, one of the biggest R&B stars at the time. And not just met. Usher saw something in Justin that he couldn't ignore. A voice beyond his years, an undeniable stage presence, and a spark that screamed superstar. Justin got signed. Within months, he was in the studio recording what would soon become global hits. Then came One Time, and then came Baby. The world had officially met Justin Bieber. It was like nothing anyone had ever seen before. This wasn't just a pop star, this was a phenomenon. But what no one knew was that behind the flashing lights, the sold-out arenas, the millions of fans, Justin was slowly losing himself. Imagine being 16 years old and not being able to walk down the street without security. Imagine every mistake you make being broadcasted to the entire world. Imagine being expected to be perfect, but you're just a kid. Justin was loved, but he was also scrutinized like no other teen before him. The pressure was suffocating. He was constantly working. Tour after tour, interview after interview. No breaks, no normal life. He couldn't even go to the grocery store without fans mobbing him. And slowly, the cracks started to show. He started acting out, getting into fights with paparazzi, having public meltdowns. But the real downfall was yet to come. By 19, Justin had everything except peace. The once sweet boy was now the bad boy of pop, arrested for drag racing, caught in altercations, making headlines for all the wrong reasons. The media tore him apart. The same people who once adored him now called him a lost cause. He lost friends. He lost trust. And worst of all, he lost himself. Justin later admitted, "I had everything, and I still felt empty." His mental health spiraled. He turned to partying, to distractions, to anything that could numb the feeling of loneliness. But no amount of money, no amount of fame, no amount of distractions could fill the void. And then he hit rock bottom. One night, Justin sat alone in his mansion, silent, isolated. He had spent years chasing fame, chasing approval, chasing success. But in that moment, he realized something terrifying. None of it made him happy. And that was when he made the biggest decision of his life. He walked away, not forever, but for long enough to heal. Justin took a break from music. He sought therapy. He turned to faith, to the people who truly cared about him, to something deeper than just being a pop star. And that's when everything changed. When Justin returned to music, he wasn't the same boy who sang Baby. He was a man who had found himself. His music reflected his journey. Love Yourself, Lonely, and Holy weren't just songs. They were confessions. They were his truth. He finally stopped living for the world and started living for himself. He built real relationships. He married the love of his life, Hailey Bieber. Not for image, not for publicity, but for love. For the first time in years, he was free. Justin Bieber's story isn't just about fame. It's about the illusion of success, and what truly matters. You can have millions of dollars, millions of fans, the entire world chanting your name, and still feel empty inside, because true happiness doesn't come from what you have. It comes from who you are. So if you're feeling lost, if you're chasing something that never seems to be enough, maybe it's time to stop looking outward and start looking inward. Justin found his way back. And so can you. What do you think of Justin's story? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring stories like this.